In this lesson, we will study an important and new concept of programming, which we call decision statement. Decision statement, as is evident by its name, before doing any task, we have to make a decision on whether we want to perform that task or not. Programming also provides us with a feature like this in which we take a decision on whether we want to execute the number of instructions or not. The benefit of it is whenever the number of computation or the time required for computation decreases. Decision statements are used to write a program in a more professional way. The first benefit of them is decision structures evaluate multiple expressions, which produce true or false as outcome. Whenever we will have a decision statement, it will show two types of output. Either it will return true value or it will return false. True means 1, false means 0. If it returns true, it means that the number of expressions that we want to run, that we want to execute after true value will be executed. And if that decision statement returns false, we will not execute those numbers of instructions. In place of them, we will execute some other instructions. What we have found in the next line is you need to determine which action to take and which statements to execute, if outcome is true or false otherwise. What I just told you is that which values you have to execute if the outcome is true and which to execute if the outcome is false. If statement, it has two types. One is if statement, which we have right now. One is if statement. One is if else statement. One is if else if statement. These are three types of decision making or decision taking statements. If we want to look at these on the flowchart, flowchart means how their control falls on the instructions. Our program will start from here and a condition will be checked first. If the outcome of the condition is true, then a number of instructions which we want to execute, they will conditional code. Those instructions will be executed and our program will move towards termination. If a condition returns false, then this block of code will be skipped. This will not be executed. Immediately after the condition becomes false, our program will skip the block of instructions, which we would have executed if the condition had returned true, and will move our program towards the next instruction and our program will slowly move towards termination. Till here, we were talking about the if statement. If we want to look at how if else or if else if statement works, so in if else statement, at the start of the program, the expression will be checked. If it is true, it will execute the true statement and then our program will move towards termination. But if our expression will give us false output, our instruction, which we would want to execute in the else block, would move towards the else or the else if. Those instructions would be executed and then our program would move towards termination. These are called flowchart. How the flow of instructions of any programming code would be executed in a code one by one, line by line, or module by module. We can check them graphically or diagrammatically with the help of a flowchart.